Hello everyone, my name is Lion Legere and welcome to Underrated, Underappreciated, Underreviewed Movies. Here at UR, we review underrated films that deserve more attention or praise than what was originally received. I also realized how terrible the acronym UR sounds and will never use it again. Jim Henson.
Names sound familiar? Perhaps these will jog your memory. The Muppets, Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, The Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, just to name a few. Jim Henson is a pioneer in television and filmmaking, whose innovations in puppetry, technology, and visual arts continue to have an impact on entertainment, education, and culture to this very day. Why am I talking about him, you ask? Because the topic of this video involves his top three most popular creations. The Muppets, the Sesame-goes, that's the name I call the Sesame Street characters, and the Fraggles, and how many people are oblivious to their big crossover event. Yes, Kermit the Frog made several appearances on Sesame Street before the Jim Henson Company sold his soul to Disney, and the Sesame-goes have made several cameos in Muppet TV shows and movies, but what I'm talking about is something like The Avengers and M. Night Shyamalan's Glass, where they all have equal screen time.
Very few people are aware that all three properties came together in one Christmas special. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one either. Good guess. Even though Kermit the Frog did appear in that, he was the only Muppet from the Muppet Show to appear in that. And besides, I'm pretty sure that was before the Muppet Show first premiered.
Anyway, the one I'm talking about is A Muppet Family Christmas. Premiering on ABC on December 16th, 1987, this was the most ambitious crossover in history before Infinity War was made. By the title, you can probably guess what it's about. The Muppets, Sesame-goes, Fraggles, and to a lesser extent, the Muppet Babies literally come together under the same roof to spend Christmas Eve at this farmhouse owned by Fozzie Bear's mother. I used to have a VHS copy of this when I was a child, and it was always one of my favorites to watch at Christmas. Sadly, it's never talked about that often today. Of all the Christmas specials and movies stocking the DVD shelves at Walmart, this surprisingly isn't one of them. It was released on VHS twice back in 1994 and 98, but only once on DVD in 2001 and never again since. I don't even think it was released on Blu-ray yet. Now, why is that?
Well, that's what we're here to find out. So, rest in peace, Jim Henson. Happy belated birthday, Jesus. Let's jingle all the way to A Muppet Family Christmas.
The opening scene shows Kermit and the gang driving in the snow and singing the song.
Yes, we need a little Christmas. Right this very minute, it hasn't snowed a single flurry. Fozzie, we're all in a hurry.
I see proof of the contrary, but it's your funeral. Drive as fast as you wish.
The destination of their trip is revealed to be a farmhouse owned by Fozzie's mother, planning to pay her a surprise visit.
Fozzie, but don't you think we should have called your mother to let her know we were coming?
Oh, how little you understand bears, Kermit. My mother loves surprises.
It's true. My great uncle tried it once. It chased him up a tree and nearly bit his foot off.
Oblivious to them, Fozzie's mother Emily already made other arrangements.
Well, the plane leaves for California in 3 hours. Ho ho! Christmas in Malibu. I'm going to lie on the beach and catch some rays. Waka waka!
Coincidentally, she's renting the house out to Doc, the old man from Fraggle Rock.
Are you my landlady? No, Sprocket, I didn't know I was renting from a bear.
Hey, that is very offensive. Unless a bear killed your family.
Now, who could that be?
Ta-da!
Son!
Mom! Ah!
Fozzie and the gang arrive, much to his mom's dismay.
Be careful, Sprocket. These could be from some foreign planet.
Actually, they're from television.
Well, actually, you might be right about Gonzo.
Why am I here?
And it turns out Emily is a bit racist herself.
This is my boss, my friend, my inspiration, the one who gave me my big break in the show business, Kermit.
Oh yeah, the lizard.
That's racist! Ding!
Plenty of room for everybody.
Excuse me. You promised me a nice, quiet Christmas.
You're disappointed? I just took 3 months of surfing lessons for Zip.
Am I the only one who thinks she's taking this better than she should be? If I were in her position, it'd be like... Miss Piggy calls informing Kermit that she'll be late.
Teensy weensy
photo session I just scheduled.
Okay, now give me more over the shoulder, honey. Hold it. Oh, yeah, couldn't be nicer.
Actually, yeah, I could.
Oh, now do that pouty thing.
Oh, yes.
Do that pouty thing. Oh.
Soon, the rest of the gang starts arriving.
Swedish chef!
It turns out Swedish Chef also invited a turkey whose tail's feathers Gonzo tried to save.
Don't you realize it could be very dangerous for turkeys around here?
Not to worry, I'm a survivor.
I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder.
Meanwhile, Kermit and his nephew Robin have a relaxing chat.
We always come together at Christmas.
Yeah, life would just pass in a blur if it weren't for times like this.
Jingle bells.
They're about to sing Jingle Bells when they are interrupted by a Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem cover of
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells.
Weird thing is, Kermit and Robin don't seem to mind having their moment ruined.
Oh, Fuzzy, I finally made it.
Hey, Ralph, welcome. Are you late?
Ralph the dog arrives, and Sprocket almost immediately makes a friend.
Woof, woof. Yeah, bark, bark. Oh,
Don't you just hate it when you can't speak the language?
But you do understand it, as we've seen earlier.
Tell me, Sprocket, are these anything like these Fraggles you keep telling me about?
So either Doc is off his meds or he's a selective mute.
Oh, boy, is this piano out of tune. I love out of tune pianos.
As Ralph begins to play the piano inside, Spotty starts to sing outside while building a snowman.
Out here it's lovely weather for a bear and a snowman like you. Out here the snow is time for Santa Claus and his 8 prancing reindeer.
That's reindeer.
No, that's snow, darling. Hey, that's pretty good harmony for a snowman.
Actually, I'm a snowman.
What's a snowman?
Nothing's a snowman. What's a snoo with you?
Later, the gang watches some old home movies of the Muppets when they were babies, celebrating Christmas, singing Santa Claus is coming to town.
Wait. How did Emily not know who Kermit was before all this?
It was implied earlier that this was the first time Emily actually met Kermit face to face, but how is that possible when she had this home movie this entire time? Why does she have this home movie? Is she the one who filmed it? Or was this filmed by someone else and Fozzie is the victim of child neglect? Anywho, fun fact about this scene. In the original version that broadcasted on TV, they had the Muppet Babies singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town, but that song, along with several others that weren't under the public domain, were only licensed specifically for the TV version. Thus, the song segment was cut out completely in the home video version. So in the home video version, all we got was this, and I was left completely confused, wondering what the point of that scene was.
Oh, animal.
In the TV broadcaster version, we got this, which actually gave it a point. And I'm not gonna lie, it's friggin' adorable. Which makes me sad, considering I never got to see this part as a child.
Oh, animal.
Meanwhile, the turkey, being the ungrateful backstabber he is, hits on Gonzo's girlfriend, Camilla.
But Camilla's my girlfriend.
You gotta be kidding. You're not even a bird.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Okay, if having a dick for a nose is what they call imperfection on your home planet, I do not want to know what ugly means.
And before they can duke it out, the Sesame-goes arrive singing Deck the Halls. Heads up, this is the best joke in the entire special.
Oh, did you know that Doc starts with the letter D?
Why, yes,
Yes starts with the letter Y.
Yeah.
true.
And true starts with the letter D.
Hey, what is this?
Where we come from, this is small talk.
As I've mentioned earlier, Kermit made several appearances on Sesame Street. Before The Muppet Show, Kermit was a fixture in multiple Jim Henson productions and appearances throughout the 50s and 60s. Sesame Street was no exception when it first premiered in 1969. Since then, Kermit became a significant presence on the show, while also continuing to appear in other Jim Henson projects. The two characters he interacted with most on the show were Grover and Cookie Monster. Well, this should be pleasant for those who grew up watching Sesame Street as children. They get to see a few callbacks to segments featuring Kermit from the show. Maybe have him reminisce.
Spoiler alert, he doesn't interact with any of them.
No joke, out of all the character interactions in this special, Kermit never interacts with any of the Sesame-goes. Not even Grover or Cookie Monster. The Sesame-goes he interacted with the most. Hell, Grover just passed him in this scene. The writers didn't think of doing a callback to this.
Froggy baby!
Talk about missed opportunities. Swedish Chef finally gets his hands on the turkey, and the turkey makes one last-ditch effort to save his own tail feathers.
Look at this!
Ain't it the truth?
Hey, everyone, quiet down. There's a bulletin on TV.
And now for this news flash. The worst blizzard in 50 years.
Kermit starts worrying about Miss Piggy and the snowstorm, all while Emily figures out the sleeping arrangements for everyone.
Blue Monster said he'd sleep in the bathtub.
Check.
And, Ernie and Bert will bunk out with a lizard here.
Just as long as they don't make the Yuletide day. Ma. Don't mommy, you little shit! You're the one who came out and announcing Waka Waka?
Next up, the Sesame-goes rehearse their Sesame Street Christmas pageant.
Come on out, Bert.
I won't.
Come on, Bert.
Ernie, please don't make me. Ernie, why must you always humiliate me?
Come on, Bert. Somebody has to play Mama.
Our female cast members won't be introduced until the 90s, and we still don't know what gender Elmo is. And even if we did, the screenwriters are going to give away any dialogue.
I'm not kidding, by the way. Elmo is seen throughout the entire special, and he doesn't say a word. Which always pissed me off as a child. I was like 3 or 4 when I first watched this, and I was still watching Sesame Street, and as you may have guessed, Elmo was my favorite character. From his little squeaky voice to his optimistic point of view, what child didn't love this little red butterball? But no, he doesn't say anything. Even when they're singing Deck the Halls, he didn't sing any of the verses. They give one to the cow, fucking cow, the hairy monster, a fucking cow, the guy, a fucking cow. Ernie and Bert each sing one verse and then sing another together, which begs the question, why didn't they have the two-headed monsters sing the together verse? Even Oscar didn't even sing, and they still didn't let Elmo sing that verse.
I will not sing this song.
Oh, Elmo wants...
Never mind.
It wasn't until doing research for this special that I discovered Elmo didn't appear on Sesame Street until season 11, in 1980. This special came out 7 years later, so Elmo wasn't around as long as the other Sesame-goes were. And so he wasn't as popular. Hell, he didn't even reach the height of his popularity until the 90s, when Tickle Me Elmo hit the shelves in toy stores. The 90s equivalent of Baby Yoda. This special came out in 1987, which was shot of about 3 years. In my adult years, I'm getting more forgiving of this, especially since this special has too many cooks in the kitchen as it is.
I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight.
Then Fozzie introduces Kermit to the snowman he built earlier.
Hey, everybody! Would you like to see our new act?
Damn it, Frozen isn't even that old, and already Disney's playing a live-action remake of it.
But it turns out they have some unexpected guests.
Statler? Waldorf? Where'd you guys come from?
They're friends of mine, Fozzie. They come visit me every Christmas.
I was planning to play a practical joke on them this year by inviting them here and running off to Malibu, but I'm not in Malibu. I'm here because somebody decided I mean... Waka Waka?
Hey, Fozzie!
Yes, Mr. Snowman!
Did you hear about the church that burned down?
Holy smoke!
This aged great.
Boy, that storm is really getting worse.
Yeah, I hope Miss Piggy is okay.
There is one worried frog.
Aha, that's one worried frog.
Oh, he's not the only one.
That's two worried frogs.
Is no one questioning why there's lightning during a snowstorm?
Meanwhile, Swedish Chef tries to knock out Big Bird, but keeps getting knocked out himself. In a pretty hilarious slapstick scene, no less. I love how Big Bird is completely oblivious to it. Then Swedish Chef has a change of heart after Big Bird gives him a present, in a pretty touching scene.
Now then, Mr. Cook, tell me, exactly what are you going to fix for Christmas dinner?
Scraper wheat on cran butchers.
Shredded wheat and cranberry sauce, my absolute favorite.
Miss Piggy struggles to travel through the snowstorm, and Doc, out of sympathy for Kermit, volunteers to go look for her.
Now, what's your friend look like?
To begin with, she's a pig.
Well, up to a short while ago, I would have thought that strange.
Is that what he calls it?
And in typical Fraggle Rock fashion, Kermit and Robin discover a Fraggle hole after Doc leaves.
Hey, Uncle Kermit, what are you doing?
Okay.
Wow, Kermit's pretty careless about Robin, isn't he? Even during the drive over, Kermit sat comfortably in the front seat while Robin sat in the freezing cargo area thing. Anyway, Kermit and Robin come across the Fraggles. Sure, we only got 14 minutes in the special left. Might as well introduce the Fraggles in now.
Well, actually, we just came down here to wish you all a Merry Christmas!
Oh, thank you!
Nice.
What's Christmas? Oh, don't you have Christmas?
No.
You wish each other peace on earth.
We have a time like that. I'm getting Boober this nice yellow pebble.
That pebble's been a gift 37 times.
37? When I give a gift to you, I know you're gonna give it.
Yeah, I was never really a fan of the Fraggle Rock songs. Could be worse. I could be listening to this. Almost immediately afterwards, Doc returns with Miss Piggy safe and sound.
Merry Christmas, Kermit!
I was searching through the snow and suddenly there was Miss Piggy with this costume for me.
You don't have to explain, Doc. If there's one thing Piggy knows, it's how to make an entrance.
Including a bizarre transition.
Everybody, quiet!
In the TV version, we got this.
There's no place like home for the holidays.
And now you know where Apple got their inspiration for that Frankenstein commercial.
For the holidays you can't beat home, sweet home.
People getting hurt is funny. And now with everyone safe and sound, let the singing commence.
Happy holiday!
Happy holiday!
After that,
Ding
they
dong merrily on high. In heaven the bells are ringing.
sing some more,
Ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day.
followed by more,
How many minutes are left? Yeah, the rest is just singing.
and good thing too, because there's honestly no other way for this special to end. The Muppets singing, Doc dressing up as Santa, with Sprocket by his side and suddenly in the kitchen.
Great continuity!
But I tell you what, somebody's got to do something about these dishes, Sprocket. Come on. I'll wash and you dry, okay?
That's the late great Jim Henson, by the way. I never realized it until years later. Also, is that supposed to be a metaphor for God watching over his creations? Either way, it's a great way to end a fantastic Christmas special.
And that was the greatest crossover until 2 years ago.
Muppet Family Christmas is everything you'd expect from a Jim Henson Christmas special. It's a visual delight. While not exactly plot-driven, the Miss Piggy thing was the closest coming to a plot, and the focus is more on jokes and atmosphere. And unlike most crossovers, the focus isn't on the character interactions or lack thereof. It's on musical numbers and Christmas traditions. While kids can enjoy seeing their favorite characters doing these Christmassy things, adults can enjoy some cheek and tongue jokes here and there. It's really just a fun get-together type TV special.
So then why is it so underrated? Why has it been re-released on DVD since 2001? Hell, why hasn't it gotten a Blu-ray release?
As I mentioned before, a lot of the songs in this special weren't under the public domain, and were licensed specifically for the TV version, which is why a lot of the scenes were cut from the home video version. They didn't stop them from releasing it.
But if it wasn't stopping them then, why is it stopping them now? And if it's not stopping them now, what is? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I have a couple theories.
After Muppet Treasure Island failed to break even at the box office, the Jim Henson Company had a fallout with Disney and formed a new partnership with Sony, of whom they licensed the home video distribution rights to their shows and movies to, including Muppet Family Christmas. Since then, the Jim Henson Company sold their ownership of the Muppets and Sesame-goes to Disney and Sesame Workshop, respectively. And furthermore, the Jim Henson Company also sold Disney their distribution rights and copyrights to their Muppet shows and movies, with 4 exceptions. 5. Yeah, it's complicated because the Sesame-goes and Fraggles aren't just cameos, they're actually a part of the story.
So there are 4 companies involved here.
Disney, the current owners of the Muppets, the Jim Henson Company, the owners of the Fraggles and former owners of the Muppets and Sesame-goes, who also produced the special itself, thus making them the outright owners. Sony, who handled the 2001 DVD release and presumably still owned the home video distribution rights under exclusive license from the Jim Henson Company. And Sesame Workshop, the production company behind Sesame Street and the current owners of the Sesame-goes. Between them and the music right holders, how can we expect to get a DVD re-release? Hell, we're lucky to still have Spider-Man in the MCU. How can we expect Sony and Disney to work together on this?
I guess it took them so long that people just forgot about it.
It hasn't even been broadcasted on TV since the early 2000s, the same way that made How the Grinch Stole Christmas, The Charlie Brown Christmas, and the Rankin Bass Christmas special staples in the holiday season. Hell, I forgot it existed until 2 or 3 years ago. The DVD's out of print now. There is hope yet. There's a petition to get the rights holders to work out their differences and finally re-release it on DVD and Blu-ray. On change.org. If you're interested in watching it, you can still find it on DVD on Amazon.com for... Oh, wow!
Find it on YouTube.
I actually have both versions on my YouTube channel. Links down below in the description. And if you missed your chance to do so, be sure to remember to do so next year. Unless you're one of those select people like me who watch Christmas movies after Christmas and before New Year's, in which case, and if you want to support the official release, or lack thereof, and sign the petition, link down below in the description. Hell, I'll sell for a Disney Plus subscription any day. Actually, that's a great idea. Why doesn't the Jim Henson Company give their TV distribution rights and copyrights to this special to Disney? That way Disney Plus can stream it on their service, and the rest of the distribution rights be owned by the Jim Henson Company under license to Sony. Problemo solved. But I digress. Hopefully by next Christmas, the petition will reach its goal. Or Disney buys the Jim Henson Company. They have been on good terms lately. Or at least I think. But anyway, it deserves the effort, as well as the attention, despite its missed opportunities. It's funny, it's heartwarming. This was Jim Henson's gift to the world.
I'm Ryan Leger, and when you find the time, give this underrated gem another look. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go watch the greatest Christmas movie ever made.
A fucking cow.